How did it get this far? This bad?
Well, ask me.
Okay, well. I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, how in the hell did it get to be like this?
Take up your cross and follow me, and that just about explains it, so we'll see you later. To enter the kingdom of heaven, you have to have free will. To have free will, unfortunately, is very expensive. So with people rejecting righteousness and wanting to do it their way and have the democratic governments and all this rubbish that they have, the earth itself is a synchronicity of my life. So therefore, for this last 66 years, which has been a total bleeding of every drop of blood that I have to offer, and dying on the cross once again, and compared to the first one, was nothing. I have been rejected by everybody I've ever come across. I've been ripped off by everybody. I've been lied about. I've been maligned. My family were demons. My first wife was a demon. She turned all my family against me. My second wife was a demon. She did the same thing. I end up losing grandchildren, daughters. They all think I'm mad and hate me. And then just in recent times, it hasn't ended. So there was a time where the last drops of blood would run out of my side, the corpse. Now, as the earth is the same thing, this deep oil that they are predicting is going to run on forever, I'm saying no. It is my blood running out in the synchronistic way that the earth is bleeding to death. And that is why they picked that spot. That is precisely on the same latitude as Las Palmas, which is 2424 metres high. Now, they will attempt to move that, and that's why they come up with their stupid ideas of having an atomic or a nuclear blast to seal all the holes under this enormous leakage, when all you got to do is do what I said. Let the gas off with a series of pipes, several thousand pipes, punch you down into it. Use your weather control to have a corridor of low pressure air out to the Atlantic and disperse it. You could even burn it off in pipes if you wanted to. You could even use it. The same applies to piercing into the oil with another pipe, which would be the stupidest thing you can do, but they're doing it. So let's say they do it. Then this, in fact, will bleed it out quicker. Naturally, you're going to have a lot of oil flooding out. But that oil, you could be feeding it now with this bacteria. They'll be just eating it like crazy. They're not doing that. So the oil will make its way up around Florida and up to Europe. And then the prophecy of the 10 tribes will hate the Great Whore. What's the Great Whore? America. It deals with everything. It's in every abomination that's into it. It deals with the devil continuously. The CIA and the Jews control it from London, the Khazars. Right? I'm not talking about the average Jew in the street. So it all goes back to the Catholics, and of course, what they don't realise is, although they're trying everything they can to kill everybody in America, it's going to make a mess, and it's frightening the shit out of everybody. But what's happening is, people are turning, and they're looking for Yahweh, because their churches don't tell them nothing.
No.
They're all part of it. That's why they've got their yap shut. School teachers don't say nothing. We've seen that with the kids here. Right? This is the greatest catastrophe in the history of man.
And nobody knows about it.
Nobody knows.
My daughter lives in Vancouver, Canada, and I phoned her days ago to say, Aaron, just get out of there and come down to Australia. Don't think about it any longer. And my second daughter, or rather third daughter, is visiting with her, due to fly out next week, I believe. And she wants to go to Germany. The advice was, just come home. Get out of there and come home. But Aaron, she lives there full time, she says, what oil spill? I said, that oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico, haven't you heard? And she said, but that happened weeks ago. Hello? You know? Now this is somebody who works very hard. She works long hours. She's just going about her life as in the days of Noah. They were all busy, preoccupied with their lives. They were marrying. They were doing all of the things that you know, really you've been enslaved to do to survive under their straw man system. So, you know, I thought that was weeks ago, she says. Oh my goodness gracious. Nobody here in Australia knows anything about what the recent events are over there. I go into the crusty old bakery and talk about these things, and it's like, oh really? You know, and when I say to them, because they all listen to their football, they've got the radio and they're all organising their, you know, trips to Melbourne for the footy and then beer up, whatever. You know, this is what the world is preoccupied with, or watching a soccer game, the World Cup, on the TV.
Wait till it starts flooding into the stadiums, then it's, oh shit, that's no good. We'll do something about the oil now. So that's what it's all about. The people are basically brainwashed, they're dumbed down with fluoride, and Bertrand Russell, he had the best idea you've ever heard. That was to teach people not to think. So when they leave school, they have to be relying upon their educators to think.
No, actually, they, you know, by the time they get through the entire education system, which is school and then your colleges and universities, nobody will be capable of thinking other than what they've been trained to do by their slave masters throughout those institutions. It was all predetermined that you should turn out the way most of you have. And I don't mean the ones who have woken up and have found us here. You've arrived at the truth. That's all good. I bet you didn't go through your colleges, though. It's all good. The meek shall inherit the earth.
So with the pressure that's on me right now from all directions, in particular close relatives, I'm losing more grandchildren again, of course, and being spoken to in a very, very disrespectful way. And yet the same people who are saying these disrespectful things to me say I'm the nicest man they've ever met, would do anything for them. So you put it together, people. That's how I am. I can't help being that way. I am Yahweh. It's what Yahweh is love, and I just love people, and I forgive them because they don't know what they're doing. They're stupid.
Oh, just something.
How are we going for time?
Oh, well, 7:40.
No.
Okay. Just something else out there. Another something that's come our way. I had some understanding of this a couple of years ago before I found Brian. It was all part of the journey, learning all the bullshit out there, and you know, talking about the one. There's
another one?
There's another
There's
one.
3 of them you mentioned there.
Actually, this is the one, folks, and January 1, 11th. 1. This is the one. So all that reverse speech stuff, it is another rabbit hole. Give it up. And hear what...
Why reverse what I'm saying? I'll just tell you straight up.
Plainly, it's, you know, you want to hear what...
However, when you do reverse it, it's all good. So
yeah, well, the thing is, though, when we've been listening to a few of the reverse speeches, and it sounds like Aramaic that we used to speak.
Oh, yeah, it's Aramaic.
and then Trish says it sounds like a couple of like Ukrainian peasants or something talking to each other, having a conversation, you know, mum and pa having a conversation.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway. But the truth is very plain. There's no guesswork in it. It's all, the truth will set you free, and it's really quite simple. And you're looking at it. Once you've got here, you're looking at it. Look no further. And we love you, and we provide the comedy and light relief for you. Didn't you have another joke? Did you have another joke?
Do I?
No, I don't know. You might have to think about it. I dare it go there, actually, because some of your jokes can be really, really... well, you are the rock of offence. So.
Well, I should say, you know, about the big horses showing up and so forth.
Oh, yeah!
I've often said fuck and so forth and abuse people. And especially when they say, oh, Jesus is coming on a horse or he's coming in the clouds. I said, yeah, really? Go fuck yourself. And if you've got a mother, tell her to get fucked too. So they don't like that. And how could this man be Yahweh?
How can you claim to know God?
The point is, I've got to be rejected by everybody. And I have said to a few people, that if I was accepted, I wouldn't be